Hello, in this last video of the fourth week, I would like to give you some more guidelines on your actual design. From what we saw until now from the teams that presented, we realized that designing a house has a lot of complexity, and it's obviously difficult to communicate it and to implement it in this phase of the project. So we asked all of you to start with something conceptual, which is either about starting from precedents for a house from the community where you are designing for, or starting from some kind of conceptual consideration about the resilience of the house. In most of the cases, what is better is to start with the resilience concept. So in many cases, the reason why buildings are flooded or damaged by earthquakes or by typhoons in the place where you will be designing, it's because they are not built properly. So even if there is a certain tradition that has been going on for hundreds or thousands of years into how things are built, we being outside and having the experience and skills and knowledge that we have coming from outside can bring something to this context that is new, that has not been implemented, and that sets up an important precedent that would allow people to, in fact, improve the tradition, improve the building techniques that they're using, and build something new, different, and that can eventually solve a lot of the problems there. If we look at the Philippines, for example, the typhoons, their typhoons are happening every year, and then every year they rebuild, they destroy almost everything in the areas affected by them, and essentially people rebuild in exactly the same way. So there is this constant vicious cycle of building and rebuilding, building and then destruction and rebuilding. And many times the reason why they have to rebuild is because their houses or the buildings that they have are not designed and built properly. So instead of continuing the cycle, we are trying to break up the cycle and set up a new precedent and bring some technology and some knowledge and expertise to those communities that would allow them to build better, to build in a way that their houses are indestructible and that would withstand whatever typhoon comes afterwards. So this is really what it is about. In other contexts like Nepal, for example, or Japan, or Chile, San Francisco areas affected by earthquakes on the Pacific Ring of Fire, in those places there are other precedents that you can use. And again, there are certain techniques and structures that people have invented that could be used in earthquake areas and that withstand whatever earthquake comes. So we're trying to bring those precedents and those examples to the local context. So essentially your project should be starting from the idea of the resilience. It should be starting from this concept of understanding what the problem is and how it has been solved until now and why that solution is not working, and what new solution we can bring to that community. So this is really where the key is, understanding how you're going to design differently, how you're going to build differently, so that you provide a better solution to those problems that would help the community. So this is about the design, and we would like everyone to be able to articulate in their presentation why your solution is better than existing ones and how your solution responds to these challenges that are posed by the natural hazards. From then on, we will go further into the design development of understanding the program of the house, understanding the connection between different parts of the house. We spoke about separating the daytime and nighttime area, daytime being where you have the living room and dining room and kitchen, nighttime where you have the bedrooms and the bathroom. So there should be kind of a clear understanding how these two functionally separate areas are connected and how they interact, and then how they are accessed by people. You have to position yourself in the design, in the house, and imagine yourself walking in that space. All right, so you're not designing something that looks good on the plan and it's functional and respects all the square meters and distances and this and that. You have to, that's the base. I mean, obviously you need to cover the base. But then afterwards, you have to imagine yourself being in there. Imagine how the light comes from the side or from the top to you, how you walk from the entrance to the living room and then dining room, and then from there to the bedrooms and the bathrooms and so on. What are the exits, like how big are the windows, where would you have the views to the exterior, and so on. So this hierarchy of spaces is essential. That is first on programmatic level and then on the level of the execution. So with that, we really want to see what you come up in terms of your design, and please bring it to our Saturday meeting so we can discuss it in real time. Those Saturday meetings are not mandatory. The submission, however, are mandatory. In order for you to keep track of all the assignments and to be able to complete the course on time, we would like you to submit your design assignment by this coming Saturday, and then we'll review it either in real time at our meetings, or we'll send you feedback individually by email or on our forum. As you've seen, we've been doing that. So thanks for being with us, and good luck for your work. Have a very successful week, and we really look forward to seeing you at our meeting and to working with you on designing the best resilient housing that has ever existed.